Visual effects play a large role in creative products, but they're time consuming, render intensive, and difficult to control. Dynamic Visual Effects Pack aims to solve all that. With over 25 visual effects assets, you can drag and drop into your scene with easy to use exposed controls, annotated graphs to help you learn and customize further, and the best part is nearly everything renders super fast in either Eevee or cycles. Let's dive in and take a look at how some of these can help save you time. Let's take a look at this character here walking through a cave with a torch. I want to add fire to the end of that torch, but I don't want to spend hours setting it up. So I'm just going to go ahead, drag in this campfire preset. Then I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the noise, particles, and speed till I get something that I'm happy with here on the animation. If I like, I can adjust the colors here to be a tad bit more warm and boost the emission strength to further light my character's face. And just like that, we have fire in our scene in just 20 seconds. Here you can see I have a storm scene. I've spent a lot of time animating the scene and designing the scene. And now I want to add some additional layers and effects to kind of elevate it and make it look a bit more cinematic. With the visual effects pack, that's super easy. Let me go ahead, drag in the fog effect here. I can go ahead, place this above my ocean, and using the empty controls here, I can control the scale and size. Then I can come over here to the exposed parameters where I can quickly change the color. And I'm going to turn on linear fall off and then use these empty controls to make it fade just a bit at the top so I get a more natural blend in my scene. Next for my storm, I'd like rain. So let's go ahead, drag in some rain here. As you'd expect, I can change the emitter, the particle, and the speed and all of that. So I'm just going to get that placed in my scene. But what I really want this for is the fact that I can create this collection here, and I'm going to turn up splash probability here. And now it's going to look like that rain is splashing off of my objects, just adding another layer of interaction in between my scene and the effects. Lastly, every storm needs lightning. So let's go ahead, drag in one of our lightning effects here. This is the lightning strike effect. I can use these empties just to place it in a good spot in my scene. And then I can turn on the shape visualizer here. And using all these noise parameters, cone controls, and more, I can really kind of control and dial in the shape of my lightning strike with a lot of simplicity. After that, I can turn off the visualizer and play with the parameter here. And then this way I don't need to mess with animation and it'll just automatically animate throughout the scene. If I needed to strike somewhere specifically, I can also manually adjust and animate that here as well. Let's look at how we can go ahead and spice up this mech scene here with some of our energy effects. I'm going to go ahead and add a scanner here to the mech and have it scanning the objects in front of it. So I'm going to drag that scanner into the scene, go ahead, position this onto our mech. You can see it's already animated. We can change the color and the spread super easily there, maybe add a few more beams. And then we can even add object occlusion here with some of our objects. And by selecting this selection, I can then control the spread about how much of the scanner object these are actually blocking. And that's what we're really aiming to solve with this pack, is that you can just add flare and visual effects to your scenes super quickly, just like this. Now, this pack has over 25 assets currently with free updates on the way. At the start, it has fire effects, smoke effects, energy effects, and more. If you'd like to see a full overview, check out the overview video where I dive through each effect and how to use them.